Hi everybody, and today I'm just going to show you a couple of light meters. I've got quite a few, as you can see, and there's actually more than this, but these are two which are quite a long way away in time scale. This one's from the late 50s, early 60s, and this one is modern. You can actually buy it now. So I just want to show you how things have progressed, or not, as the case may be. So this is the latest meter I've got, and it's a Sekonic L-208, and it's very light. I won't say it's the smallest meter by any means, but it's quite compact, very light. I say, so it's just plastic. It uses a CR2032 button cell, and it's got an SPD cell for the metering, which is obviously very accurate. I think you can adjust them. You do have a hot shoe or cold shoe attachment that you can fix to the bottom via a screw, and it's got 3 different settings for adjusting it on different cameras. It would normally measure reflected light through the sensor here, but if you flick this across, you can use it for incident light readings. And basically what you do with this is you have a button on the side, and you press in the button and the needle moves. Obviously if you point it towards a brighter light source, the needle goes up, and when you let go of the button, the needle stops where it is. I think it stops there for so many seconds, I can't remember how many, 20-30 seconds, which gives you time to set the green pointer to the red line, and then you can read off the appropriate shutter and aperture settings. Obviously before doing that, you should check you've got the correct film speed or ISO speed that you want to use set here, and that's done just by moving this inner dial. So I'm set on 400 ASA, which gives you a set of shutter speeds, aperture settings. So for example, it's roughly 60th of a second f11, 30th of a second f16, 125th of a second f8. So that's where you would read that one. Now this one is a Kodalux L meter, and I believe this came out in the late 50s, maybe 60, early 60s. You can see it's in the case is different. That's a little cloth pouch, felt pouch I should say. This is a real leather case, and it's got like a belt loop or a camera strap loop. You can thread your camera strap through, so it's affixed to your camera, so it's with you all the time. And you just open this up, and you get this nice gorgeous looking metal light meter, all metal, the plastic cover here. That's the incident cover, and you can use it in the case like that if you wish, for a handheld meter, or if you remove it, it's got its own little sit-in place there, and this has a shoe fitting on the bottom already fixed, so you can fit that to a hot shoe as well, or cold shoe. You can see the difference in size. I would say this is about a third of the size of the Sekonic one, but weight wise I would say this weighs twice as heavy as the Sekonic, because this is all metal. So again, you've got similar settings on this. You've got your light cell here. Now on this meter it's selenium, which doesn't need a battery, because selenium cells just react to light, so you don't need a battery with this one, and it is measuring reflected light in that mode where all the cells are exposed. But if you slide this little cover grill, I would say, over the front. Then you can use it to measure incident light readings. So just flick that back, and again you've got a ASA ISO film speed setting here, which again I've set on 400 ASA. Another thing I forgot to mention actually, these meters show the EV scale, which is the light value, and obviously that is the same for all light meters. For example, an EV of 10 I know is 1/60th of a second at f4. So you've got an EV scale on this one as well, the Kodalux one. And this one is a bit more, I wouldn't say difficult to use, but slightly different to use. What you do with this one is you point it towards your light source. You can see that you can just see that there's a needle that moves up and down, and you just turn this metal dial until the arrow, let's just try and get proper reading, so the arrow goes to the needle, and then you can read off the shutter aperture speeds. For example, f8 at 60th of a second, or f5.6 at 125th of a second. So there you go. That's just quickly showing you two light meters that I think are quite nice. This looks great obviously on an old vintage camera, something like a Nikon rangefinder S2 camera. It looks lovely because the metal matches obviously. This one is more accurate, I would say, in low light levels. In fact, it goes to much lower light levels than the Kodalux one because of the metering cell. And so it's very light. You can use it handheld. It's just a different design altogether, as you can see. So if you're talking from 1960 to 2017, you're talking 57 years apart. So it just shows you what's changed in light meters. So I do have more light meters. I'm not going to get them all out now and show you, but I just wanted to run through a couple, and hope you enjoyed looking at these with me. Hope to catch you again soon.